I think we're fixing to talk with one of my favorite human beings. He is Greg, the very handsome Greg Warren.
There he is.
Hey, Greg, I got a nice letter for starters.
Oh, yeah?
It says, this is from Jody. She writes, I went to see Greg in Chicago Friday and Saturday, and as a bonus, got to see Willie G. He killed. Greg was great. He murdered. Sold out crowds. Everyone loved him. Loved his new set. Loved the TV specials. Jody in Kentucky. Went all the way up there to see Mr. Greg Warren doing his thing. And Greg's got a couple great specials out there, including Where the Field Corn Grows.
Well, everything's coming up Greg Warren, isn't it? Well.
Now, Greg, are you in a hotel room?
I am. I'm in the south side of Chicago.
Baddest part of town?
What's that?
The baddest part of town?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
Yeah, this part of town's not very bad. It seems pretty. It's a nice Marriott.
There's a guy there, a mean son of a gun.
Yeah.
Oh, who's that?
Big
Bad
Jim
Leroy something.
No, Jim Walker, I think. He's a mean son of a
Yeah.
gun. But then,
cuts off your ear, right?
and Larry Brown? No, that's not it.
Bad Larry Brown, coach for the Philadelphia 76ers.
That's it. But Larry Brown was a badass,
Kansas.
too. Yeah. He won the national championship, yeah.
Greg, now, it's always a pleasure to speak with you. What's the latest in your life? What's happening?
Well, I thought we would talk today about the Jefferson National Expansion Memorial.
Does anybody
also
know who
known
that
as
is?
the-
I know what that
I
is.
know what that is. Because I've taken the tour.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tom, you know what that is?
The Jefferson Memorial?
The
National
Jefferson-
Expansion Memorial.
The Jefferson National Expansion Memorial.
I don't know what that means.
I'll give you a hint. Gateway to the West.
Oh, is this something in St. Louis?
It is.
It is the defining thing in St.
Yeah.
Louis.
I think it's the arch.
Oh,
It is the arch,
Oh, that's
Jeff.
the actual name of the arch. Oh, I didn't know that.
You know, St. Louis is the only city in
lost my
America
ears.
with a handle.
That's right,
Oh,
Chick. That's
okay.
right.
Yeah, I always thought the arch went over the river till I saw it.
No.
Did you really?
You had to have been disappointed.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is cool. It's still very nice.
Oh, yeah.
How about that McDonald's on the riverboat? Is that still there?
I don't know.
No,
We
it's not.
loved it, though.
That was a big deal when I was a kid.
Yeah,
Big
man.
damn deal.
Big deal.
Is Laclede still there, more or less, and the bars and stuff?
Pierre Laclede, he's dead.
Laclede's Landing is not what it used to be, I don't think, but there is still a big casino there. And
no, it's not. It's not.
Yeah.
Have you
There's
guys
a
been in the
casino.
arch?
A couple of times.
I
Yes.
have.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's been a long time, Jess, but
Yeah.
There's a little car that goes up to the top, right?
It's
Yeah,
a
I'm sure
tram.
It's a capsule. It's yeah.
It's if you're claustrophobic, don't do it.
Yeah, oh, boy.
It clicks as you're going up, and it's what's the word? Terrifying.
It's a little scary.
Yeah.
It fits 8 people, a pod, if you will.
And then when you, get up there and walk back and forth in the top of the arch, you can really tell that it's an arch. Oh yeah.
Is it moving in
Yeah.
the? Is it
It'll-
swaying?
It does sway.
It'll sway.
It will sway 1.5 inches at 50-mile-an-hour winds. It was built to withstand an earthquake, so it could sway up to 18 inches and not
What?
Wow.
fall down.
You want it to sway. All buildings sway to a certain extent.
Right.
You need that.
That seems like 1.5 feet.
Now, when you get up there, you get out of a little car.
Yeah, yeah. There's
Yeah, you walk around.
there's 10 windows you can look out, or 16 windows, I think.
Do they have merch?
Not up there, no.
Downstairs they do.
Yeah.
Sure.
The windows
you can-
remind me of like a trailer, like a manufactured housing little
What?
They're very
weird
small.
little window.
Oh.
Yeah, like a bathroom.
Yeah, they could not make them any bigger, or they would implode. I believe.
The,
Oh,
the
as big as they
structural
could be.
integrity of the arch itself. What's that arch made of?
Steel.
Stainless
Yeah.
steel, Tom. It's
Oh, really?
like the DeLorean. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Stainless steel. Well, the early some of the St. Louis residents didn't care for it.
Oh, really?
They called it a stupendous hairpin and a stainless steel hitching post.
Huh.
Yeah. It's very tall. Josh, how tall is it?
I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
9,482 feet.
Well, now you're making it sound like it's not a big deal. It's 630 feet. It's the largest man-made monument in the United States.
Oh,
And
630.
yeah, 630 feet. Now you could walk up it if there was an emergency. There's some stairs, but they don't use them unless there's an emergency. Then that would be 1,076 stairs. For reference, the Washington Monument, 897.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
And the Willis Tower in Chicago.
What you talking about?
You know,
What you talking about, Willis, of
what you-
course, a
what
reference
you
to
Yes, that's
classic television. Thank you, John.
2109 was the.
Aim high,
Yes, it was.
Okay.
They Chicago. They built a monument dedicated to Todd Bridges' character. Different strokes.
Is that I can't keep it. That's not the Sears Tower, no.
That is the Sears Tower. Yes,
But
it's actually the Willis Tower. Though.
okay.
Yeah,
And who's Willis?
I think it's like some consortium.
Bruce Willis.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's,
He's from
yeah, of course,
Chicago.
yeah. D Train, Dontrell Willis, of course. You have,
Oh, yeah. A picture.
but I think it's more of just a company name.
I see. D-Train's a great nickname. 'Cause you've got-
D Train was
You have a number of trains. Night Train Lane.
D-Train, you could almost, it's either D-Train or Dick Train, right?
What?
Dick Train's coming.
What?
You know, stuff like that.
Yeah, you can try that
Is that
sometime.
what you
Is that what you say? Is that what you say?
Here
Jim?
come the detail.
Every now and then,
Yeah.
I'll say, hey, all right. And I clap my hands. Dick Train's on the way.
I was trying to something the classy Night Train Lane. Great football player, and then you come up with Dick Train.
You said
know.
Dick Slap earlier.
You said
Contextually, very witty.
Oh,
I don't think Greg Warren wants to be associated with any of those.
No, I said duck slapped.
You did.
I said that with all of the.
we have to go through the whole thing again.
Yes.
Well, no, there was all the hype about the Buffs in Colorado from Boulder, and
Colorado Buffaloes
They
is
got
what
their
he's trying
asses
to say.
wiped. So I referred
Asses
to.
wiped.
Or
I don't
whipped.
think that's what you
I meant to say whipped, but I'm saying they
You
got.
know what? That might be the ultimate rich guy thing.
Yeah, just for the record, Tom was
Stewart.
trying to recount on how clever he was, and he said they got their asses whopped.
No, I said they got duck slapped. You see,
Right.
a variation of the classic dick slapped, and Josh had never heard the phrase dick slapped.
I finished going to the bathroom, Harvey. Quickly now. Quickly.
Heat up the pads.
Oh, trim those nails, Harvey.
Harvey.
I'm sorry. So we were talking about the
Oh, your hands are cold, Harvey.
St. Louis Arch, which is, what'd you say it's called? The Thomas Jefferson, what is it?
No.
Jefferson National Expansion Memorial. It's a national park, Tom. It is the smallest national park in area. Now they had a good old fashioned architecture competition in 1947 and 1948. There were they wanted to do something to commemorate westward expansion. They they weren't very prescriptive. Some monument, something, and 172 people entered, and Eero Saarinen won. A Finnish American architect. His arch won. Now he beat out his dad. His dad also entered that competition, and the dumb secretary sent the telegram to the wrong person. She sent it to his dad saying, "You won," and then they sent another telegram saying, "I'm sorry you didn't win. It was actually your son." And the dad was cool about it, which I would not have been. I would have been like, "I don't care if it's my son. There's no takebacks in architecture
That's right.
competitions. I won. Give me the money."
Do you know what the old man's design looked like?
I don't. I
It
do
looked
know
like-
there was a.
It was one of those. It looked a little bit like a crazy straw, actually.
Is that? See, now that would have been
So
fun.
it went straight up for a little bit,
Yeah.
and then just woo.
And then a loop.
So it
and
would have
then
been
right back down.
would have been a much better ride.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Maybe
yeah.
wouldn't have the gravitas of the
Certainly not.
sort of entering the West.
The elegance.
Yeah,
if
I
you
mean,
will.
there's some cool stuff.
Have you been to Monticello? You're talking about Jefferson.
Are we going to Monticello or Monticello? What are we doing?
I think it depends on where you are.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Have you been to Thomas Jefferson's actual home?
In Virginia, right?
Yeah.
No. Where
I
am
may have
right
been
now?
there as a kid. I don't know that.
Are you saying Monticello? I thought it was Monticello.
I think you can go with either one. You go with celery or cello?
Get this joke out, will you?
Okay.
We all know it's coming cello or lemoncello.
Well, I just want to tell Greg, if you've been there, he had a 12-car garage.
Oh, really? A Jefferson Monticello? Really?
Yeah, 12-car garage.
12-car garage.
It's amazing. I was walking down, and they've got, of course, the buggy. They don't have cars. It was just all buggies.
Not then. Yeah, buggies.
But, one of them has a bumper sticker, "Ask me about my slave children," which I thought was kind of fun.
I didn't know that's what he was doing.
Oh, yeah.
that's what he's doing.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sorry.
what
Were we,
I was coming
was
down
that all to set up that bumper sticker joke?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think, I think if people really can't swallow real history, perhaps they should be slapped in the face with it.
Sally Hennings is who you're talking about, right? Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Among many others, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Let's talk about the father of our country. Move over, George. Thomas is.
I don't have any.
These chicks one at a time.
I don't have any bumper sticker jokes on this report, but certainly welcome some more. There was some pretty cool stuff that they submitted, though. They said that, that they had a sculpture of depicting the signing of the Louisiana Purchase, Riverside Restaurant, underground subway system, which would have been pretty awesome. And get this, animal statues. I love the St. Louis Arch, guys. I'm proud of it. But if we would have had a 630-foot python or something, nobody would have messed with St. Louis. Nobody.
Way.
Yeah.
You could have
awesome.
You have a naming contest for the python.
Yeah. Ricky is what I would
Ricky the Python.
Or name it after Stan Musial or something.
There you go.
The man?
Yeah.
You talking about the man?
Yeah.
Stan the man?
Stan the man. Stan the snake.
They nobody died during the construction of the arch.
That is pretty shocking.
Well,
They predicted that 13 people would die.
Hey, look. Not all of us are going to come back.
the over-under was 13. Yeah.
They said 13, and they also said that it was going to create 5,000 jobs for St. Louisans to construct it. They used 100 people, which I think maybe they should have got a little bit different labor estimator. Maybe ask them some test questions like, "Hey, Bill, how many people would you say are on a Major League Baseball team?" Oh, got to be 600-700, I'd imagine.
I can't imagine any less than that.
Yeah. I mean, it's a whole season, right?
Yeah. Fred, how many teeth does the average human have in their mouth? Oh, probably 1,500 at least, I think.
How many jobs? Wow.
Yeah, they came up a little short on that. It's very busy, 4 million visitors a year. And we did a nice sort of refurbishing that cost $380 million in 2018. Whoa. Mostly to the grounds around it. There is graffiti on the arch.
Oh, boy.
Quite a bit. I saw something down there the other day. Arnold Brothers Rule. I don't know. That's
Pretty badass, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, Josh. It was badass. That's exactly what I thought. The FAA says you cannot fly through it.
Has it ever happened?
11 times. 11 times.
Wow.
And they only got one of them. They got the helicopter guy, but they didn't get any of the planes. Yeah. One guy, Kenneth Swires, he parachuted onto it, and
That didn't end well, right, Greg?
no, he's the only guy that's died on the arch. He was going to parachute on it and then take another parachute and jump off it to the ground. But what he did is he hit it and he slid all the way down the arch.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was
Yikes.
painful.
But
Yeah. And his wife said he was.
It did make this sound.
So did he land successfully or did,
Well,
He landed on the arch.
No, Tommy
successfully.
died.
yeah,
No,
that's not
but the impact, is that what?
from sliding down the one leg of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
so his,
Yeah, it was
his
bad.
idea was to land on it, get stable, and then jump again?
Yeah, and then jump again. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, the second jump never occurred. There's a guy named John Vincent in 1992 that used some suction cups to climb to the top of it, and he successfully parachuted off.
Wow.
And,
Was that legal?
No.
no, Jess. $1,000 fine, 25 hours of community service.
Totally worth it.
Yeah,
think
I
so.
kind of think so. Really.
Man.
They were this balloon was allowed to fly through it in the Great Balloon Race out in Forest Park. You remember those things, Josh?
Yeah.
That had to be
they
tricky.
were allowed. Yeah, well, it was real tricky in that he hit the side of the arch and dropped 70 feet.
Yeah, because you can't really steer those things, can you?
And I'll be honest,
no.
It ended up being harder than I thought.
Yeah.
Our plan was to not hit the arch.
Yes, that wasn't in the plan, chick. And I think Josh mentioned this when I was doing my elevator report, but the two legs were built separately. You know, they kind of started them both at the same time, and they were like had to go up individually, and if they were off by 1/64 of an inch, they would not meet.
Crazy.
Yeah, and they did it, which I don't know. I think that would have been a pretty funny monument, though, if they didn't meet.
Yeah.
That's right. It's a upside down broken horseshoe.
How about that?
Yeah.
How about that, huh?
Jefferson.
U.S. presidents are not allowed to go up in the arch.
Why? Oh, is it just too risky? What's going on?
Too risky. They can't protect them up there. There's only one U.S. president that's been up there. That was Dwight D. Eisenhower, but nobody else.
Oh, yeah.
Can't go up there.
Good old
Sorry,
Dwight.
guys.
I'm bigger than government Eisenhower.
Was that when he was president or afterward?
I believe it was when he was president.
Wow.
LBJ was there when they opened it. It was, they had that competition in 46, 47 for the architecture, and they didn't build it until 1962. Took 1962 and 1963 was when it was finished.
Well,
I think
then Eisenhower would have been out of office for a while.
Yeah.
you're right. It was LBJ was there at the. Yeah, LBJ was there.
You know who else was there? If LBJ was there, you know who else was there?
Who's that?
LBJ's bunghole. That was there.
What?
Yeah.
I'm lost.
LBJ talks about his bunghole all the time.
I thought you were going to say Ladybird or,
Yeah.
something.
Ladybird probably.
He'd have
Lee
the door
Oswald,
open
I don't
when he
know.
was in
Yeah.
there.
We have to check out and say thank you to Greg Warren. Always a great pleasure, Greg. Don't forget, Greg has some great comedy specials out there, including The Salesman, and also. I was going to say A Good Walk Spoiled. No, that's John Feinstein. No, I'm sorry.
What?
Where the field corn grows. Sorry, is what I meant to say. Greg, you working this week?
I got a corporate date this week, today or tomorrow in Chicago, and then another one in St. Louis. But next week I'll be in Springfield, Missouri, in the Blue Room,
Terrific.
where I was born.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
That's fun.
Coming up, the Funny Farm in Youngstown and in Pittsburgh. You'll be at the Club Cafe down the road a piece. So go see Greg Warren live. He's terrific. A great live performer. Thanks, Greg.
Bye, Greg.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Greg. Love you, man.
Pleasure.